Welcome to SystemVerilog course, and in this video we are discussing about some important concept about object-oriented programming. And in previous video I have told you that I will create a inheritance video, but before that these are some important concepts you should complete first. First is accessing unallocated memory. So this is an error many times you will face, and null pointer, because of this null pointer differences, null object access error value are simulating. So this, what does this error mean? Is that by default the class handle points to a no memory location commonly called null. So here you get the definition of null. Null means nothing. You can say nothing is there. Okay, nothing means null. So when the user tries to access this memory that does not exist, because null means nothing, nothing exists, a null pointer dereference will be expected. Okay. So similarly, if you are assigning something, comparing something, so it will give a compilation error if the memory is null. So null means nothing. So first I will tell you how to write a class and how to give a handle a memory. So let's say if class A is there and some methods and properties are written in this class, okay, and end class. So if this is your class, then you have to create memory inside module, okay, and in module also you have to write initial begin, okay, and inside this initial begin you will write all of the things related to creating an object. Now first you have to create one variable like a1. Okay, this is one handle, and this is handle, or this will create a pointer which will point towards the memory. So this what our first topic is, accessing unallocated memory. So this is the same thing. If you write a1, let's say display method d you have called, okay, so whenever you are comparing this thing, when directly creating an pointer and comparing or calling methods from this class, so what will happen? First of all, this a1 handle, when you create till this line code will say that this is pointing towards null. Null means nothing, and there is nothing inside null, okay. But because of this, when you compare with something which is null, you will get an error, and that error will give you a compilation error. So how we can avoid this error? Or you should write first this statement after this one, that is a1 equal to new, and when you call this new method, this constructor inside your class, that will be a function. Here some function will be written which is called new constructor, which will allocate some memory. So now this a1 will not point towards null, it will point towards some memory. Okay, in this memory these methods will be there, these properties will be there, and when you will call something like a1.d1 or something, or display or something, it will call that method and you will not face any error. So this means that first handle will point towards null, then you have to give some memory, okay. Now our next topic is multiple handles for same object. So here one concept is there, you can create a multiple handle for a single class, okay. And how you can create this one? For example, first we will rub this one. So if a equal to a1 comma a2, let's say, and you have written a1 equal to new, and when you write a1 dot display, let's say a1 dot display you have called, and you have also write a2 dot d display, similar methods are written in display, okay. When you write this statement, so you will get an error of compilation error, that a2 is not pointing towards something, it is null pointer dereference, and you will get a error compilation for this a2. So if you want to avoid this step, one method is used, and you can reuse this method, is like when you write a1 equal to new, you can also write a2 equal to a1, and now if you write a2 equal to d, you can call that method. So multiple handle you can have a same memory. Now here the memory is same, okay, means A2 is also pointing toward this memory. So whatever in this memory, A2 can access that one, okay. So in this way you can have a multiple handles for same object, okay, multiple handles for same object. This A is same and you will have multiple handles with pointing towards same location, okay. And you can also give a different memory this for this A2 as well, like A2 equal to new. Now this one A2 will point towards new memory location, which will have another method and everything will be different. So both can be possible. Now our third is array object. So here when we are writing A equal to A1 or A2, so first I will rub these things. Okay, so when we are writing this A1 A equal to A1, so you can also write A1 equal to this, that is dynamic memory. So what we will do when you are writing this dynamic memory, so you have to give some memory for this one, so you will give some memory for this dynamic array and then you can access that memory, okay. And how you will give dynamic memory? Like this square bracket, don't forget this new operator. So you will give this dynamic memory, and that dynamic memory means A1 will have now 5 handles, okay, A1 A2 and similarly you will have some 5 handles for this one. So you can also use dynamic array. So like dynamic array you have used, now you can also use a simple array like A1 5, you now also you will have 5 handles. And if you have created an associative array A1 and then you have given some type, okay, and this type you have used enum and you have created A B C as a type def, and in this way if you have written this one, then you can also access this A1A as a memory handle, okay, and you have to use this new operator, okay. For giving memory you have to use this new operator.
Hit subscribe, like, and comment now. Let's begin the journey of verification.
Not like this one. Here also you have to write this A1 1 and new operator for giving this memory to A1 handle. So there is no limitation to how you can create multiple handles. You can either use dynamic array, you can use fixed array, as well as you can use your associative array. So all the methods are possible while creating a handle or giving the memories and everything in our SystemVerilog. Now so here I have completed this thing. I have written code, so we will directly see code for this one. This was for understanding. So as discussed earlier, SystemVerilog provides fixed array, dynamic array, associative array, and can store single data type based on the requirement. A set of objects can be created, hence the arrays of objects will be useful, okay. Now this keyword in our class. So to refer the class properties of method at current class instance, this keyword is used. In simple terms, this keyword is a handle for the current class object. It shall be used for non-static classes. So non-static classes means, for example, here is static function. So this method is static, okay. So function static is possible. Now what is difference between static function and function static? So in function static, your methods inside this or your properties inside this method function, it will be static, okay. Method only properties will be static, okay. Whatever you are writing inside this function will be static, but for this static function all the function will be static. So this static function will be called as static method, and this function static will be called as non-static. So for this you can write your this keyword, and this keyword cannot be used for this type of thing. Now this keyword resolves ambiguity or the compile ambiguity. You have heard this concept in your analog electronics or something. So ambiguity means confusion. So if there is A as a handle of class, okay, and you are writing inside this function, let's say function a is coming from somewhere, and inside also there is one function a, in method a, okay, int a or something, int a. So there are now two a, one is coming from module and one is inside your class. Okay, I will explain. This is ambiguity, okay, confusion between two handle with same name. For the compiler, when the class properties and algorithmic pass to class methods are same. Okay, so basically you have confusion between handles. So for example, if a function is there, now function static is there, okay, and here some a is coming from module, okay, obviously from module, and class is written, let's say class a is written here and end class, and here is also your a which is used inside your class a, let's say, or here separately a is there, whatever the thing is there, okay. Now so the compiler will be confused. Well, okay, so compiler will be confused that either we are using this a or either we are using this a. This a is coming from module int a, okay, int a, okay, this a is this one, this a is this one. So for removing this confusion, we are using here as this dot a. So this will say this a is inside our class, say means the current scope of this class, whatever the inside this class, that is this one, okay, this a is this class a one, and this module a will be from module, okay. This will say I don't know this one but I know this one, so you can also write this dot a equal to a. So what it will do, it will equate or compare between this a1 and a2, okay. For now I am using this a1 a2, okay, but it is having the same thing. So this first number one inside the class a is equal to the second number of class a, okay, because we have written this one. If you write this dot a this side, okay, so it will say this module a is comparing with our class a, and so it is used for removing the confusion between the two classes, you can say. Now let's move towards some codes. So first we will comment this tr2 and tr1. So what will happen, this tr2 is pointing towards null, okay. So what will happen, this tr2 packet should not print because it is pointing towards null, so nothing will be there, nothing comparison will be there for tr2. So this is accessing unallocated memory, okay. So here packet 1 is already there, but we are not getting packet 2. Now we will give some location to this tr2, or this location will be 2 points towards memory location of tr1. Now we will run this one, and here you can see that packet 2 is also coming, and 2 whatever those packet will be. So null pointer error and multiple handle, I think you have understand. Now we will use this keyword, that because data is also inside this class and also we are passing through our module. So this data and this data different. This data is this dot data. This is keyword is used here for pointing toward this data, and this data is coming from outside of the class, okay. So if you remove this, okay, and you run this, so you will get value as 0, okay, value of data is 0. But if you write this keyword here, now you will get 5, because ambiguity is there, then it will be directly print 0 or garbage value, but when you write this, then it will understand difference between those two. Now our array codes we will see, like, okay, first I will explain. Okay, so this is transaction. So first tr is our fixed array, and we have multiple handle for this one, so tr will print. And for tr1 we have our dynamic array, this new method is there, okay. When tr first new method is there, then we are giving data to our multiple handles, and multiple handles is also creating with this for each loop with the help of this new constructor. Now another is our this associative array, and I have also created this type def enum, and inside that different variable name are there, and all the will print, okay. So tr, t1 and t2 should print. So here you can see tr also printing fixed array 1, and this dynamic array tr1 is also printing, and this t2 is our associative array. So you can have all the three as you are creating for creating a handle. Okay, so thank you.
Please Lord give me a sign, a sign.